Good morning, night, or afternoon, and welcome to the Snapcast. I'm Snapcap, and today I'll be showing you a couple of tips and tricks, if I am in fact legally allowed to call them that, for the Pyro in Team Fortress 2. Unfortunately, what I'll also be showing you are the slip-ups I made while I was new to this game. So, with luck you'll be able to learn from my mistakes, improving your Pyro game and sex life tenfold. These are my baby steps with Pyro, and I'll see you on the other side. The A, S, and D keys are not class-specific unlocks. They are available to you right away. Most people seem to be unaware of this nifty trick while they play Pyro, and that's why we, the TF2 community, have a quite frankly embarrassingly large surplus of W plus M1 Pyros. See the footage here for a reference point on what that actually looks like. If, after looking at this, you're thinking, but hold on a second, that's how Pyro is supposed to be played. You are wrong and should be punched by your nearest fellow man, if not yourself. Yeah, Pyros are allowed to use the A, S, and D keys from the get-go. I'm not lying to you. No, honestly, boot up TF2 right now and start playing Pyro in a server. Admittedly, due to the loading times that are longer than my keyboard, this might take a while, but I'll wait. Okay, notice how your old pals A, S, and D are still there? Crazy, right? But when you're playing Pyro, you're actually allowed to move left, right, and God forbid I should even mention it, backwards. This is not called retreating, it's called common sense. You know? That thing that makes you walk away from the giant hairless minigun-wielding bear man that's screaming Russian waltzes at you?
Kaboom! Kaboom!
Same goes for your right mouse button. If nothing else, it'll give your shriveled and neglected middle finger something to do, apart from that. Also, as a plus, you get to extinguish burning teammates, push back all those pesky non-teammates, as well as reflect various projectiles back into the faces of those who slung them in the first place, while they in turn think, oh dear. Or at least that's what they should be thinking, rather than laughing raucously as they skip gaily over your freshly exploded gibs. But before we get all melancholy and such like, it's important to remember that yes, this can be averted by just using your damn air blast every once in a while. It saves time, lives, and makes you feel like less of a noob when you reflect a soldier's rocket anywhere other than your sexy Pyro body. Speaking of sexy Pyro bodies and the protection thereof, we come to point 3. Contrary to popular belief, wearing a full-body asbestos-lined suit does not in fact grant you invincibility, super speed, or charming good looks, as is embarrassingly evident in this footage here. This sort of ties in with my first point. This particularly silly kerfuffle could have been easily avoided if I'd just used my as-of-yet untouched S key. Or even just let go of the W key every once in a while. What asbestos-lined suits are capable of doing, however, is granting
Fire resistance,
as is shown here. Yay! Not being char-grilled and served with the delicious side of roasted scout is going to be one of your foremost areas at which you excel when you play Pyro. Except for burning shit. You'll be doing a lot of that too. However, you are not so elevated in the Pyro community that you are the only Pyro deemed Pyro enough to wear the all-powerful fireproof Pyro body glove. All of them have one, and thus derpy Pyro battles are sure to ensue. That is, the innumerable ever-growing crowd of derpy Pyros, which is made up of the newcomer TF2 player population. After all, we wouldn't want you sullying your street cred with any of that nasty Pyro on Pyro shit. Moving right along, we come to point 5.
You have more than one f***ing weapon.
Pardon me, I got a little excited there. I do, however, raise an excellent point. How great am I? One way that Pyro on Pyro barbecue parties can easily be avoided is through use of your secondary, or even your melee if you're feeling frisky. Gone are the days of being bound to the single weapon loadout mentality of burn sh**. Say hello to the days where you apply a little variety to your otherwise mundane psychotic killing sprees. Now you've got a multi-weapon loadout mentality of burn sh**, and then fill it with bullets and cold steel. Now isn't that just so much more fun? Shit, I forgot about spies. It's worth mentioning that even though it sounds horrific, your teammates aren't going to mind if they suffer a few measly third-degree burns every once in a while if it means you make some spy flambe every once in a while. Believe me, this is important. I learned to do this the hard way. Well, there you have it. What I showed you were a few mistakes and the ways that I learned to fix them during my playtime. However, disclaimer time. It should be noted that what I've showed you here are by no means the full set of tips and tricks required to play Pyro like a pro. Sorry, I couldn't say that with a straight face. Anyway, I'm glad you stopped by. Tune into the Snapcast again for more gameplay MacGuffins. I'm Snapcap, and I'll catch you later.